Are you looking for sealed product and singles? You can find it all on Channel Fireball. Please use my Tablemon affiliate code when checking out to help support my content. Looking for PTGO codes? Poton Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. If you're from Europe, Millipots Gaming has a wide array of sealed products, singles, and more. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off.
Tablemon.
Hello everyone and welcome. Telsam, Jamin, thank you so much for being here. Chill ladder day today. We're gonna be playing with a few of the decks that have been doing well at online tournaments, including Dragapult. It got top 8 at yesterday's Limitless tournament, and we're also gonna be playing some expanded if time allows. So Dragapult was a pretty important archetype before Darkness Ablaze, and then Darkness Ablaze came out, Eternatus VMAX came out, and all of a sudden Dragapult disappeared. However, just like Picrom, it is making a comeback, especially in recent days, and I guess as long as you avoid Eternatus, everything else seems like a fine matchup. You're still a big VMAX that can take a lot of hits, you get to spread damage. 130 plus 5 damage counters to the bench is still pretty respectable. Shred, decent-ish attack, not the best, not the worst. Probably have a terrible look metal matchup as well, since you have no easy way to get past his Magenta, and the energy denial also hurts, but we do have a bunch of options for support, right? This person only used a single Crobat for draw support, but they did use things like Mewtwo with Mind Report to be able to get supporter cards back. They did also use this Mimikyu heal jamming, so your opponent's bench Pokemon can't be healed to stop Malolana. Also Mr. Mime with Scoop Up Block to block Scoop Up Net essentially after you place damage counters. Absol as well to mess with your opponent's retreat cost. Double Oranguru so that you can combo that with Mewtwo and get a supporter right away. Fion to mess with your opponent's active Pokemon in case it says a Magenta, right? You can use that to combat that. And then we have Crushing Hammers, of course. We have Team Yell Grunts, Power Plant to stop Picrom, and ADP Station. Silverwind, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And so I'm like, what I'm most surprised though is that there's no 6-second in here. With Scoop Up Nets, I like this whole theme and the fact that you place damage counters. I'm really surprised that there isn't a single 6-second here. But what are you gonna do, right? This is the list that got top 8. Fairly sure it is accurate. So let's jump into a ladder and see what we can do. As long as we don't face Eternatus or Look Metal, I think we're gonna be a-okay. So we do lose a coin flip. Now this list feels honestly quite greedy in terms of support. There's only 7 supporters, and you do have the Mind Report Mewtwo to recycle them, but you do need to find one to be able to recycle. So, and yeah, like, I mean, I have access to Crobat to draw extra cards, but this hand is just not that great. Hola Frank, muchas gracias por estar aquí. Alright, so we are up against ADP. The Yell Grunt might be useful in delaying the GX attack, though probably not. I can end up ultimately like benching the Crobat and still maybe be okay. We'll see. Well, that already is a big problem. Gonna rely on Fiona and boss orders to make sure that we don't deal with that Samazenta. Not a super explosive turn, so the Yell Grunt might actually be enough to delay whatever our opponent tries to do. So I'm gonna Pokecom for Crobat, hoping it's in here, right? It is, okay, that's good news. That's certainly good news. Alright, and then I'm gonna thin this Tool Scrapper. I'm going to fail that, and then I'm going to Yell Grunt the energy back to my opponent's hand, and then we'll go ahead and draw. Alright, so this is actually decent. I can mind report the Yell Grunt. I think that's definitely worth it. And then sure, I'll bench and then I'll just bite for 30. So the next turn we pressure with Max Phantom. We have the guaranteed Yell Grunt as well. We know that's what we're gonna top deck. We see a big charm. That does put the ADP out of range. And I'm not running 6 again, so that is a problem. That is most certainly a problem here. Okay. Reattaches the water, goes for a charge. She's probably gonna dig to get the Metal Saucer Energy Switch combo. However, she is down 1 Energy Switch, which is really good news. And discards 2 bosses and a Marty, so that's also really good news, right? That is generally really, really good news. That hammer is really bad news. So I guess Energy Denial will be today's theme. Have I played Butterfree VMAX Shaman? I have, yeah, and you can find the video of that on my channel. You can find the video of that on my channel. I do not understand that switch. I guess it's so that I don't hit into that guy. Okay, so I'm still gonna play the Yell Grunt. Right? I'm still gonna do this. I'm still gonna evolve. And then... I mean, that stadium will stick, right? So do I just get the Yell Grunt? I think I do. Right? Denying energy is the theme of today's game, apparently. The 60 damage on the Dedenne could be impactful. Like, we're going slow, but we're also really slowing her down. It really sucks that she flipped heads on that hammer, though. It really sucks that she flipped heads on that hammer. And it also really sucks that we haven't been able to draw anything else, but I mean, as long as we continue to deny the energy, it's like we're forcing more cards to be found, right? She needs the energy switch in order to be able to attack us, and like in order to use the GX rather, and then even if she does, then we get to put the energy back. Ooh, wait, what? Okay. That is interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the Yell Grunt. I am going to keep the Yell Grunt. And honestly, I think... Okay, so do I just get damage onto the Samazenta? I feel like I should. Or do I KO the Dedenne? I mean, I can use the stadium every turn, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna shred. I think doing 60 damage to Samazenta is more impactful right here. I can just access the energy next turn. So whoever she decides to attach to, I'm gonna play the Yell Grunt. And yeah, like last turn I was surprised that she retreated into the Dedenne. She's gonna have to use ADP at some point, right? We're gonna have to top deck something at some point. Okay, there's the water. I insist. And like... Sure, I'll leave this person ready. I'm still gonna shred though, because if I shred, I'm doing 60 damage. If I max Phantom, I'm only doing 50, right? So I'm doing 10 less. I mean, no rush to KO the Dedenne. Finally commits an energy there, which is fine. She'll hit me, right? Top deck energy, that's really sad because that's the one card I can search for. So she attacks me, she discards my energy, that is completely fine. I'm just gonna continue to shred. She'll attack me, discard my energy, and then I just shred again, get the KO. And she has nothing, right? She has nothing. Maybe she has Marnie, but she's choosing not to play it. But in not playing it, she's also delaying herself. Oh, she plays Jirachi as well. What? Okay, that's actually pretty nice. That we don't get damaged. And we finally get 2 prizes. We finally get 2 prizes. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Oranguru is definitely useful, and that research is just absolutely beautiful to see. Fowler J, thank you so much for the follow. We don't care about the crushing hammer anymore, not when we have 3 energies attached. Antivillis, I could have, but I got rid of the switch, right? And like, I did get rid of the switch. Maybe if I kept the switch, yes, I would have been able to. Maybe that would have been a better play. Does flip heads on the hammer. Does remove the energy from the Dragapult. Yeah, like I did get switch. I did get rid of switch a bit earlier. Fowler, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate it. Twitch, I mean, YouTube content is essentially Twitch content, so I'm happy that you like it. I'm really happy that you like it, and it's awesome that you join us today here on the stream, right? It's awesome that you join us today here on the stream, because then you get to enjoy the YouTube content before it happens. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this quick ball. Just grab an energy and attach it to this Dragapult. We're gonna go research. Muchas gracias, Kurikuri. Muchas gracias por venir. Definitely gonna do that. Definitely gonna try and hammer here. No? Okay. The Fiona is really, really good here though. Like, incredibly good, because whatever I get an attack of, yeah. So then all I need to do is knock out ADP for the win. So then the question now is, I feel like I save the research. Ooh, nice. If I flip heads here, this is probably game over. Yeah. Goodbye to the water energy, that's 2 waters. And, I mean, they could be playing a 3rd one, that's true. Okay, so if I want to set up a 2-shot, yeah, there we go. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Slow and steady wins the race. I am doing well, Kurikuri, thank you. How about yourself? Thank you so much for tuning in today. Okay, we got 150 coins for our efforts, building our coin bank for the new set, Vivid Voltage. Could have way more coins, but I've been slacking on the 11 daily wins. I've definitely been slacking a bit on the 11 daily wins. We just faced like the least Turbo Station deck ever, right? Like absolutely the least Turbo Station deck ever. The opposite of what people are usually playing. Alright, so the alternatives coin is scary to see. Scary to stare at. Like with Energy Denial, you might be able to beat the alternatives matchup, but still really difficult, right? Because they one-shot you and you 3-shot them. So yeah, that's kind of a problem. Okay, we do win the coin flip, so we do want to try and get a head start on the evolving part, and pretty reasonable start. Okay, so Eternatus VMAX coin, however, Eternatus coin rather, however, Charizard sleeves, so sending a mixed message here. It is Eternatus though. Crap. Crap. Okay. I mean, if he doesn't attach, if she doesn't attach energy, I don't think I can afford to go Yell Grunt. The power plant doesn't really matter. I'll save that in case she plays a stadium, then I can counter it. So like I'm in a pickle right now because either I Yell Grunt and delay his energy attachment by 1 turn, and all I do is do 30 damage with 5, or I research and then I get KO'd. So it's not great either way. The best thing that could happen here is she attaches a special energy, because then that way all I need is Oh, nice. Now I just need Giratina to delay her, right? So Giratina pressure is what we're aiming for. Hopefully she doesn't get to attach another energy. The Chaotic Swell doesn't really matter, like we're both playing denial stadiums and neither stadium affects each other, so it's completely fine. Sableye. We get Marnie, that's not good. Because I saved the Yell Grunt and not the research. Okay, so no supporter for me. I do have Crobat though. I do have Crobat, so now with this hand, she does attach energy. No antibodies, because Dragapult VMAX needs 2 Psychics to attack. Then you would need a 3rd energy. It's not a good, yeah? It's like, you have to accept that you lose to some matchups. You can't beat everything. You have to accept that you're going to lose to some decks. You can't just play decks for every deck for every situation, because then your deck will be inconsistent and you're not gonna have a good time. Alright, so I think my plan remains the same. Not happy about losing this scoop of net, but so be it. I'm really sad that my opponent got to attach an energy to the bench. Alright, please get me a VMAX. Okay, that's fairly good. Don't care about that. And the Giratina is actually really useful if the special energy gets reattached, which you would expect it to be, right? You would expect it to be, and then I'll save the switch, see what's my top deck. Okay, well, decent-ish. The issue being, I don't have... the Evil Doll is so annoying too. The Evil Doll is actually very annoying. Okay, so worst case scenario is she goes switch, attach, KO. And then we're dead. Oh my god, you're playing Chaotic Swell and Black Market? What the heck? Oh no. Does she have the switch? Oh, she's gonna dig for it. Oh my god. Please whiff. Why would you play Chaotic Swell and Black Market? That makes no sense. Like, your own stadium stops you from playing Black Market at the right time. Okay, we get Marnie. Goody, yes. Just because you have bad matchups doesn't mean you're gonna play against those bad matchups, right? Okay, this is game over for sure. Can't recover against that. Like, every deck has good matchups and bad matchups. Nidoqueen deck had a bad matchup against Dark Slowking, and there were maybe like 2 Dark Slowkings in the whole tournament. So, just for the same reason you wouldn't play Weakness Guard in Dragapult, it's like every deck will have some bad matchups and some good matchups. It's not luck that you don't play against those bad matchups, it's you read the metagame and you make a choice based on the metagame. There are decks that used to lose to Circuitry GX, right? If they benched a Circuitry GX, you could never attack it because your deck only plays special energy, but no one plays Circuitry GX, so just because you lose to some cards doesn't mean you're like you're lucky to not play against them or whatever. Like, it's all about making a good meta call. You know, it's all about making a good meta call. Okay, I really don't want to lose all these energies. I'm not really looking for any other Pokemon, so I'm not gonna research. I'm gonna be patient. And like, that applies to every deck, you know? Like, if you chose not to play a deck because it had a bad matchup, then you wouldn't play the game at all. It really is that simple. Okay, very lucky top deck. And you also, like, you can't tech for everything. You just accept, like, accepting you have a bad Eternatus matchup, that's sketchy, right? That is generally very sketchy. Accepting you have a bad I'm not gonna Crobat yet. Accepting you have a bad... how much HP does Chandler have? I feel like it has more than 130. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm actually not sure. So like the bad matchups, you either like you accept them or you play around them or you choose a different deck that doesn't have those bad matchups. Like if you have a bad ADP matchup, okay, yeah, 140. If you have a bad ADP matchup, then it's really hard to justify playing a deck. But for example, right now, if you play a deck that's weak to grass, right? You're weak to Rowlet Executor. There's always that one random person that plays Rowlet Executor in a tournament. Are you lucky not to play against them? No. Like, you play the odds. You're not... It would be unlucky if out of 128 players, I play against one of the 2 Dark Sloping players when I'm using Nidoqueen, right? That would be unlucky. Oh my god, I completely botched the damage. If I had placed 1 and 4, that was perfect, but I placed 2 and 3. Oopsies. So yeah, it's like... It's part of a skill, it's analyzing the metagame, exactly, right? Exactly. And also, like, for example, the Decidueye Obstagoon that I played yesterday. Yeah, the Decidueye Obstagoon deck that I played yesterday. There were 3 Decidueye Obstagoon decks out of 178 players. No one had a tech, basically, for the Decidueye Obstagoon matchup. Were they unlucky to face me? Yes, right? I also made a decision to play the deck based on the fact that many people wouldn't play a counter to the Decidueye Obstagoon because it's not a very popular deck. So it's always like it's always a balance, you know. It's always a balance between techs, between consistency, and choosing the right deck. You know, choosing the right deck is also extremely important. Little Taquitos, thanks so much for being here. Okay, so I should KO the Chandler, right? And there's no need to do anything else. Okay, so I'm gonna max Phantom. Now I know the damage. I'm gonna place 1 here, and then 3 here. Now that I know the HPs of everything. If only I had placed 1 and 4, I would have taken 2 prizes this turn. So we lose our Dragapult VMAX this next turn. That's okay, because I should be able to get multiple prizes, right? I should be able to get multiple prizes. Alright, my opponent did have Rosam. Why do you play Pastimian? For the Colford family? I guess it's the only reason why you would, right? Okay, so we're gonna get knocked out here. Intillion and Reset Stamp. Okay. That's fair. Shady Dealings. Duststone and Great Ball. You're trying out a normal deck with Welder, things like Double, Kramer, and Kangaskhan, not that strong with fun. Yeah, sounds good, Frank. And you can use the powerful energy, right? To increase your damage output. That's reasonable. That is reasonable. Okay, so I do have access to a draw supporter to find my energy, right? I can mind report, put the research at the top, and then use Oranguru to get the research. I say Sycamore because I've been playing Expanded. Okay, so Spirit Burner does get the knockout. Gets Incineroar, so their attacks now do a little more. However, if I take this double KO, that should be game over, right? That should absolutely be game over. So I need 1 energy. I need 1 energy. Okay, let me thin first. 2 things in the right order. I don't need this healing person. Okay, so then I go mind reports, put the research, use this, save this, I guess, though it doesn't really matter. And there's a victory. Okay, so my opponent didn't even wait to see if I got the energy or not. If I did get the energy, she might have had a chance. But if I got the energy, which was very likely, it was probably going to be game over. So Dragapult, pretty cool deck, pretty strong deck when you don't face alternatives. Obviously we lost against alternatives, even though we had a chance. We simply lost. And maybe going second against alternatives is right, because like I didn't know it was alternatives, obviously. But then I would have been able to remove the energy and start applying a little bit of pressure. And I don't know, it's rough, right? But against everything else, you actually have a decent chance, I would say. So yeah, that's gonna be all for Dragapult. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're getting very close to 20,000 subscribers. Well, 19,000 first, but then 20,000 is the goal. And if you're here live with me on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I will be right back in just a second with our next deck, which will be a very interesting Eagle.